You guys have been asking for more delivery videos. Well, here you go. This is a very interesting restaurant here in the Mahoning Valley. You're going to meet the owner. He's a super cool guy. And you're going to be watching a delivery of probably the nicest cherry firewood here in Northeast Ohio. Here we go. This is the Bulldog's Bar and Grill. Guys, if you're familiar with the Mahoning Valley, I am south of the city, south of Youngstown, in a suburb of Poland. And we're right on the border of Poland and New Springfield. And this is a restaurant that's sitting out in a big cornfield. I guess you can see the big parking lot. And this big parking lot isn't for show. They fill this up. This place is moving. The owner is super cool, and you're going to be meeting him. And this is Justin right here, the owner of Bulldog's Bar and Grill.
Hi, Joe.
Justin, how you doing, bud?
Good, man. How are you today?
I'm doing awesome.
Good.
And what the heck? This parking lot out there is enormous.
Yes, sir.
And that is because you fill that up.
It is. We had to add on to the parking lot there not too long after we bought the bar here. So we've been here about 2 years, and that was our first improvement there, was making the parking lot bigger.
You're obviously smoking, barbecue. What's on the menu? Like brisket, wings?
So for today, we got brisket, half chicken dinners, and a grilled pork chop we do. With a bourbon butter glaze on it.
All right. So on top of everything else, though, your menu is mostly what? Is it bar food?
Yeah, it's your standard bar food.
We're off the beaten path here. This isn't the main road. So why are you getting such big crowds at this place?
It's taken a while, but we're getting a reputation for the barbecue. It's being pretty good, and knock on wood, we pretty much sell out everything we cook on Wednesdays. Wednesdays is our barbecue day.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to turn around the camera, and can you just introduce us to your smokers? And Justin, you tell us what's going on here, huh?
We're cooking on our C&C Ironworks. It's a local company that made this right in New Middletown. And this morning we got the brisket going already.
Oh, wow.
The chickens and the pork chops will go on in a little bit.
Uh-huh.
But the brisket takes a little bit longer, obviously, so we get that on about 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning.
Will any of these fit in my pocket?
Yeah, there's a good chance.
Wow, that looks awesome. So this is an offset smoker.
Yes.
All right. So what's the object of this? Is that you keep the heat, the flame is kept away from the meat.
Right. We're just trying to get a little bit of heat out of the fire blocks there, nice low and slow for the brisket, and bring it along so everything stays tender and juicy.
Yeah. What I love about this is the look. It does look like a dragster. You know, it looks real aggressive. Can we see the firebox?
Sure.
The business end of this.
Yep.
All right. So this is where the Mahoning Valley's #1 wood heat source goes into here.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So we moved out here from Western PA about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And I had a hard time trying to find anybody to deliver firewood for the smoker at all. I made a bunch of calls, couldn't get any return messages. Through the YouTube channel, I figured I'd send an email and see how it goes. And lo and behold, I got the best smoking wood around the area.
And guys, he's talking about me. All right, let's just be straight up here. Yeah. But I am really impressed with this, just because I know where your location is. And this place has been here for a while, but it predates you, obviously.
Yes.
Yeah, but it was never like this.
No.
It had a good reputation, but it didn't get the crowds that this place does. Guys, they are parking up and down the road on certain nights of the week, despite this massive parking lot out here.
Yes.
Wow.
It's a good problem to have.
I'll say it is. Okay, so Justin, you have developed a taste for cherry smoking wood.
Absolutely.
Why did you gravitate to cherry?
We went with cherry because I like the flavor. It's a subtle smoke flavor that it puts on the meat and everything. And I ended up getting lucky and finding the best cherry that I could here. So Joe really hooks us up. We appreciate it.
But doesn't it also, I've heard people say it changes the color of the finished product, you know?
Yeah, we get a nice smoke ring on everything we pull off of there, so it does well for us.
Yeah, so on top of everything else, so I have learned, guys, for your customers, if you're delivering firewood, especially people who smoke, there's two different types. There's the type where it's an electric or a gas smoker, and they'll use a stick of firewood for the smoke. And I have learned, like, your moisture content isn't that important to that customer. However, you have the offset smoker, so that wood has to burn. You don't want to be fiddling around with it, trying to get it to light because it's full of water.
Right.
And I understand too, like that moisture kind of puts like a sourness into your final product.
It gets a little bitter, and that's not what we're looking for. So with the offset like this, we go, this isn't a pellet smoker. This isn't your easy bake oven where you walk out and set it and then go in the house. This is a old school babysit all day long, and you really can taste it in the flavor.
Yeah, the temperature though still matters, so that's why you have to manage the airflow, right? Yep. The heat, the number of sticks that you have on it.
Yep.
Okay, real good. All right, so Justin, I see a nice load of cherry firewood. How about I just sit back in that chair over there and watch you unload it?
I don't think that was part of the contract.
And just so everyone knows, Justin is pulling double duty. He is holding the camera right now, and that's why you're seeing me from this angle instead of when my wife is holding the camera. She's a little bit shorter than Justin here. I have said this before, guys, this is the best $30 I've ever spent in my life. This unloader, wow, is this thing nice. And it keeps all of the mess off the ground for the customer.
Which we appreciate.
Best $30 I've ever spent. I had always felt that one of the most dangerous things you do with firewood delivery is jump in and out of the back of the pickup truck. I think it's a knee injury waiting to happen. Well, here you can pull it right off to the tailgate. I keep all of the mess off the ground so there's nothing to sweep up. The customers like it. The only challenge though is you got to pull it away from the edges so that the wood clears the wheel wells. But that's just a couple minutes doing that and we're in business unloading. Yeah, so Justin just insisted that he do all the work. So I told him, let me think about it after I had him sign a few waivers.
Yeah, he said it was a tough decision.
Yeah. So Justin, what's the deal with all this heat that we're dealing with out here in Northeast Ohio?
I'm not sure. I was hoping we were done with this for the summer here, but it looks like we're getting one more shot. Hopefully it'll settle down here pretty soon. I'm not built for this kind of weather.
This is unhealthy, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
And it can't help standing next to that smoker when it's in the mid-90s out here. High humidity too.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Not ideal conditions, I'll tell you that.
Mm-hmm. So this is another benefit though of the firewood and how you have it. It's people are able to see it right from the road.
Oh, yeah.
And there is that value added kind of appearance to it, you know. People know that this isn't like fake barbecue. This is the real stuff.
Not only the appearance of the wood, but I've had people actually stop. They'll turn around at the corner store and come back and say, I could smell the fire. I wanted to see what you got cooking there. It's happened probably a half a dozen times.
Yeah.
Just getting the smell out there, people, it piques their interest.
Sure. Excellent looking firewood though, huh?
Beautiful stuff.
Okay. That's how it's done, guys. And then I just go on to the next row, This is a third of a cord. And we're getting it stacked right up against his wall. And we're getting him in business.
Yes, sir.
And that's how it's done, guys. It's 1/3 of a quart of cherry. We are ready to go down the road, and I got to get loaded up for another delivery that's going out today. This is late August, but the phone's ringing, you know. But restaurants are a predictable consumption. You always can count on their level of consumption because their business is consistent and their firewood delivery has to be consistent as well. So when the phone rings, I answer the phone, right? All right, Justin, you got a very nice looking load of cherry firewood, huh?
Yes, sir.
All right, so how about this? Would you be willing just to give us a real quick tour of the inside?
Yes.
The air-conditioned inside.
It's a good idea.
And let's see what he's got going on. Maybe we'll learn a little bit more about this guy too, how he got into making world-class barbecue here in the Mahoning Valley.
Absolutely.
Here we go.
All right.
This is very nice, Justin.
Yes, sir. It's a comfortable 70 degrees in here.
I can attest that you have air conditioning here.
We do.
Holy cow. And you got a full-service bar.
Yep.
That's a big bar too. You have a pool room.
Yep.
And dining.
A little bit of everything.
I'm just saying this place has to be packed when I see the size of the parking lot outside. So where does everyone go in here?
So this is where most of the food happens, and then we have another bar on the outside. I'll show you. We have an outside area, an outside patio. We have a stage for bands.
Oh, wow.
We do bands all summer on Saturday nights.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like the best of both worlds.
Okay. And you had said also, so guys, if you're familiar with the Mahoning Valley, this is a big football town. And high school football is a big deal, and we have our own television show.
Absolutely.
That talks about all of the local teams, all the local high schools, and they are broadcasting now from your bar.
Yes, Tuesday evening, 7 o'clock. We have ISN here to do their coaches show with the Poland high school football team. So they'll interview some coaches, some players each week. It's kind of nice to get the kids out, you know, and everybody and the families and stuff, and we have a good time with it.
Yeah, and then the interesting thing about your bar's name, the Bulldogs Bar and Grill, it's not because of the local mascot of the high school. It's because of why?
No, had nothing to do with that. So, like I said, we moved over here from Western PA. My wife and I were looking at bars. Any bar that we bought, we were going to call Bulldogs. We have 2 Bulldogs at home. We love them. Just happened that we ended up in Poland, and that's their mascot, and it worked out well for us.
Yeah. And as you're telling us all this, I notice we're standing underneath the heralded jersey of Joey and Nick Boza of Ohio State University. What the heck? You got an autographed jersey of Ohio State royalty here.
Yeah,
huh?
both Bosa brothers signed
Awesome.
that jersey.
Okay, so you said there's an outside portion to this bar. Let's go check that out.
Absolutely. Okay. So this is our outside bar. This is more the relaxed party area of the bar here. So we have another full service bar out here, and of course, this is year round with the doors and everything.
Oh wow, look at that! And you got the garage doors, so those can go up and down because of the weather.
Yep. And then out in the back there, we have an outside patio yet, and then we have a stage where we put the bands each Saturday.
Oh wow! And that's a stage for a band. Gosh, this place is awesome. Yeah, this is really nice. It just makes me wonder: have you been in restaurants and food service your whole life?
So no, I really have not. I worked in a chemical mill for 15 years. My wife and I, about 10 years ago, we started catering. We did a little bit of competition barbecue before COVID hit, and we always kind of enjoyed cooking and the food aspect of the business. And we came out here 2 summers ago, and we saw the place was for sale. We ate dinner, and we took a walk around, and I said, I will quit my job tomorrow. I said, we're gonna make a go at it here, and that's what we did. I walked in, quit my job, and we opened up that same day.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
I quit my job at 7 a.m. and we signed the papers at 11:30 a.m.
Oh wow.
And opened up at 2:30 that day.
Yeah. So my viewers know my story and how I got to where I am, and mine was kind of a calculated risk, you know. You sound like yours was a leap of faith. Huh?
Yeah, there was no calculations here at all. This was just, this is what I want to do, and we're going to give it a shot. So.
That's awesome. Okay, so you had, I guess, an industrial background, I guess, and then you are a lifetime I guess, football player, football coach. Football's been a large part of your life. Yeah.
Yeah, so I did a lot of coaching. I have 2 sons. I coached both of them when they were younger in the youth leagues, and we always told the kids, you got to persevere. If you want anything, you got to work hard.
That's right.
And I took that to heart. You know what I mean? That wasn't just something. It wasn't coach speak. I meant it when I said it, and that's kind of what it is. You get out of it what you put into it, and so far we're plugging along well.
And I think that life motto shows in what you got going on here, because this is the real deal. This is not just something that you're running the wheels off of and you're going to walk away from.
Right.
This is, you are invested here, man.
Yeah, that's what I told everybody when we bought it. I don't have a plan B. This is going to have to
Awesome.
work.
I'm going to give you a high five for that. That's what I'm talking about. No plan B, guys. Justin, if there is any reason for people to come to your establishment, it is right here. Bernie Kozar walks on water in the Mahoning Valley.
Yes, sir.
He is everything that is good about sports and professional sports. He's tough. He overachieved. He never belly ached.
Right.
What a guy.
All of it. So.
Oh yeah. Was he here?
No, that actually came with the bar whenever we purchased it. So, and then I had a lot of people telling me you can take down whatever you want, just don't take down the Bernie jersey.
Oh yeah. Wow. That is awesome. That is from. So that's the Dolphins jersey, and if you're a Browns fan, you know what that meant. Oh, boy, what a weird time. So Justin, I want to thank you for having. Hold on, we cannot stand in front of that. Let's come this way. Little Northeast Ohio humor for you guys. There we go, much better view. Okay, Justin, thanks so much for having us out, and thanks for coming on board with Ohio Woodburner.
Absolutely, Joe. It was a tough battle there trying to find some good firewood there, just to get somebody to return my call.
It's amazing.
But let alone to have top quality firewood like this is fantastic for us. We appreciate it.
Awesome. Well, I'm your guy. Whenever you need more, I don't run out of firewood. Give me a call. I'll be right out, guys.
That's the plan.
All right, so Justin, thanks so much. And if you are in the area, guys, stop in and tell him you saw him on Ohio Woodburner. Maybe you'll charge them double or something, huh? And they have a Facebook page, and I will put a link to it in the description. Check them out, huh? All right.
Sounds good.
Awesome. All right, well, Justin, thanks so much. And everyone, have a great day.